What is the best online bullion dealer to buy precious metals from in terms of pricing, selection, and shipping? The answer might surprise you. Hey everyone, welcome to Campbell's Coins. I want to apologize for being absent most of August. I've been going through some things, but I'm hoping to come back to regularly scheduled programming starting with this video. First, a few important disclaimers. I am not being paid from anyone or any company to do this video. Some YouTubers receive monthly payments from online dealers. Others have a commission link to use with a particular dealer. That is not the case with me or this video. It is sponsorless and therefore my opinion entirely. Second, I have spent tens of thousands of dollars with each of these companies that I'm about to mention. Numerous packages of various types of bullion, so my opinion on this topic is well versed and founded. I will list the good and the bad for each company. If you find that I'm not listing a company that you use, that isn't a mark against it per se. I simply haven't purchased from that company before or enough to establish an opinion on the matter. I'm not going to recommend something to people I have very little experience with. Third, if you're able, shop local and buy from a good LCS, also known as a local coin shop. There are bad LCSs out there. A few exist in my area and I refuse to do business with them. I do, however, shop with Avenue Coin out of Stockton, California. I love their expertise, their customer service, and their prices are very fair. They don't have everything that an online dealer will carry, but they have enough of the staples, and a few treasures come in occasionally through the shop. The other shop that I love is Royal Coins Houston over in Houston, Texas. Both shops ship precious metals very well to all states, and they might actually ship internationally. You'll have to call them and talk to them to find out if they do that. I cannot recommend these places enough. Again, I'm not paid by them. There's no special privileges, no reach arounds. These are just good folks, and I like to shout out good businesses. Oh, and the last thing. Some folks might think that maybe I receive favoritism from these online dealers just because of my channel. I can assure you that is not the case because I go by a different name when purchasing off these websites. They don't know Campbell's Coins has purchased from them. I think that's enough. Let's get started with the list. Apmex. I can hear the groaning. Yes, they are the most expensive place to buy precious metals on this list, but they also have bullion and collectibles which have no rival. These guys have a warehouse full of precious metals. If you're interested in it, they probably have it, but you're going to pay that high price for your item. Shipping and customer service is excellent. I had one issue a few years ago where a couple of silver kilos were loose in the box, but this was because not enough adhesive was used on the bubble mailer that held the kilos inside the box. They were safe, but it was annoying because if enough force was applied to the box might rip open. Other than that one issue, I haven't had a problem. Some other folks have had issues and they put out videos on those here on YouTube. You can watch those and judge for yourself. When you ship out as many packages that Apmex does, you're bound to run into a few issues. As for their customer service, it's top notch. I shared the story of my girlfriend who bought a B-Day present for me a few years ago. USPS misdelivered it and she reached out to Apmex. No questions asked, they offered to send out another item free of charge. She wasn't using my account and she had maybe bought a few $100s from them. Certainly not a high roller to receive a no questions asked option, yet they offered it. We eventually found the missing package, but that customer service experience has really stuck with me. JM Bullion is next on my list and is also the dealer with the second highest level of inventory, as well as the second highest prices right behind Apmex. For a very long time, JM had this deal where if you created a new account, you could purchase 10 1-ounce silver rounds for spot. Let me tell you, I abused the crap out of this offer and created so many accounts over the years using various addresses. I think I got about 80 ounces of silver for spot. In 2019, they did away with this deal, but I always thought it was a nice gesture to new stackers to get them started on their stacking journey. I haven't purchased from JM for a few years, but every order that I did have with them was problem-free. Shipping was great and arrived well packaged. I also liked how they had some of the pieces that Apmex had, but at a cheaper rate. I don't currently shop with them, but this is only because of cost. If you were to buy from them, I think you would just be happy with your purchase. SD Bullion is next on this 4-part list. You'll notice as we go down the list, the pricing gets cheaper, but the variety and product decreases too. SD Bullion is no exception, but it is right behind JM Bullion, and I have found their pricing to be extremely competitive with some local coin shops even. One thing that I've noticed with SD Bullion is their premiums have remained fairly stable and consistent, where some jacked up the premium when they felt a silver raid happening, Apmex. SD Bullion has been selling at a fair rate. One thing that they do, and I don't see any other online dealer doing this, is silver giveaways. SD Bullion seems to always have a monster box giveaway going on. I have never seen someone win one of these giveaways. I don't see a drawing or a winner listed. Over the years, I just consistently see win a monster box as Silver Eagles, but never hear of anyone winning. Maybe somebody actually wins these, but my ignorant butt doesn't see it. Who knows? I have a lot of respect for SD Bullion because they fixed a few issues with their website recently. I made a video last year of some marketing snafus, coins listed where the picture didn't represent the description. I'm not going to go into all those issues, but SD Bullion watched my video, stepped up, and fixed the issues that I brought up. To see a company fix some glaring issues goes a long way with me, and one of the reasons I continue to buy to them today. Monument Metals has been my recent favorite. They tend to carry many of the staples like Germania Mint, Gold Eagles, Buffaloes, Gold and Silver Platinum Maple Leafs, as well as Gold and Silver Britannias. They had a deal last week, I think, with Silver Maples on sale for $22 each. Monument tends to have deals like this. You have to subscribe to their emails to keep on top of it because their flash sales do not last long. I had a shipping issue with them last year. I bought 6 kilos of silver at one time, and I didn't feel that it was very well packaged. Some sticky fingers at the US Post Office tried to get into the first box, and everything was shifting around like crazy in that very frail box. But everything, turned out fine, and it was accounted for. But I felt that they could have used better packing materials given the heft of the package and the dollar amount that I spent. At that point, I resolved to make any large silver purchases in person with an LCS to avoid this problem in the future, and I think you should too. If you want to buy silver online, just buy it in smaller chunks. Now for the bad for all of these places. During times of extreme price changes, typically large increases in the price of metals, I have heard from some folks saying that some of these companies have canceled their order without reason. The reason for the cancellation speculated by these folks has been that so that these companies can change the price and charge more. Personally, I have not had any experience with that happening. One purchase I made was in late January 2021, right before the silver raid happened, and I purchased, I think, 100 2021 Silver Eagles from SD Bullion the weekend before the silver raid. The spot price was $26, I think, and I bought them for less than $30. They did not cancel my order. They processed it as normal, and I think silver had jumped up about $2 that week or within the next 2 weeks. Based on hearing others' experiences over the years, I was slightly worried it might happen to me, but it didn't. I'm not saying that it hasn't happened or that it will happen. It's just some gossip I've heard from some folks. I wouldn't use it as a reason to not purchase from any of these companies. Another complaint that I've heard from many large channels on YouTube, which I personally feel is them just being whiny bitches, are the stories where they found a mispriced item on one of the dealer's pages. They placed the order for that item and the dealer wouldn't honor the price and canceled the order. I think that is completely ridiculous for someone to expect a company to take a massive hit just so they can get a good deal. When this error is broadcast out on social media, a lot of people go for it, and that is a major loss for the company. Should the company be more careful? Yes. But does that mean that folks should get 1 ounce of gold for $1,500 when spot is $1,700? I don't think so. I don't recall if that was the example for one of the errors, but it was good enough for people to jump on it. One entitled Indignant here on YouTube made a video about his experience calling Apmex customer service to complain about not receiving the error pricing and his order being canceled. It really showed what a small, petty individual he was over like $50. I'm a YouTuber. Pay attention to me. This man was on his vacation and took time out of his day to complain to Apmex for views. I mean, you got to get those views, right? It was pathetic. If the shoe was on the other foot and you made the error, would you be happy with your customers raking you over the coals? Of course not, especially if your employees are the ones making that error and you're just the business owner. I would not hesitate to use or buy from any of these 4 dealers. I've had great experiences from all of them. If you want to pay more for bullion, buy from JM Bullion or Apmex. It's not going to arrive any different than SD Bullion or Monument Metals. Well, I take that back. Since I'm like a platinum level with Apmex or whatever they call it, they ship out my stuff 2-day most of the time. I still have yet to be invited to their VIP membership level despite paying tens of thousands of dollars with them over the years. See guys, I am totally not bitter. It's probably because I don't kiss their ass, but oh well. Depending upon how much you order, most of these dealers will opt for a faster shipping rate for you, regardless of how many times you order. I'm talking mostly of like orders $5,000 and up. Apmex and JM Bullion are going to have product that you won't see with the other two, although I'm starting to see that change with SD Bullion and even Monument Metals. For instance, the Libertad craze. Everyone's going nuts over Libertads. Well, Apmex had them, now JM Bullion has them, SD Bullion has them, and even Monument Metals is selling them. And I see Monument Metals and SD Bullion nipping at JM Bullion's heels without those super high premiums most of the time. If you're looking for basic bullion at a great rate, check out the pricing on SD Bullion and Monument Metals. These two kind of flip back and forth between which has the better price, so just shop around. If you're looking for those unique releases, Apmex will more than likely have you covered. Your time is your most precious asset, and I appreciate you spending it here with me. Thank you all for watching. This is Campbell's Coins, and that is my 2 cents.